Sales, what's cracking YouTube? I was supposed to do this yesterday, but yesterday was rough, man. I was on the grind. The bees like it. Like I said, I pulled 10, 12 hours. Um, go really hard for mines out here in the real world. So I may be pressed for time, and I have to get back with y'all. But like I said, I always apologize, man. I'm gonna try to make these things up, just like I did tonight, if that occurs. So y'all bear with me. Know it's coming. But it's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We here and we about to talk about it. Um, this is long overdue. This came to mind from being on a panel. It was a question of whether Nick Cannon was a simp or not. And I took the position that he is not a simp. In his past, previously, especially with the marriage with Mariah, he was a simp. But he has come to terms with the way relationships are handled, especially marriages, and basically directed towards men. Uh, it's not a matter of handling it's how relationships and marriage are projected and directed towards men. And he has come to the light. He has came to his senses. And I've been saying this for about 3 years now that men with astronomical amounts of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, even $1 million contracts in the teens or tenths. Um, these guys really don't know their value nor their power. And you combine that with historically what we have seen with marriage and divorce in this country, especially with these high profile people, actors, athletes, big businessmen. Um, you would think that it would dawn on many, many, many men that you don't want to make those same mistakes. You don't want to get married, be worth millions, hundreds of millions, a billion, and wind up giving half your money up to somebody basically for no reason at all, undeserving, right? And I've been calling for a trend. I even did a video where I told Quavo after the breakup of Sweetie that he should practice polygyny. I mean, it makes no sense. You have too much money. It makes no sense for you to go through this nonsense with one female. So I've been really speaking on this strong new way of going about relationships as far as men with finances, resources, and power. Uh, whether even if you don't have the finances, resources, and power, you should disregard the standard local, state, and federal marriage laws. You should disregard that. And on this stream, I'm gonna tell you how. I've been telling guys how, but they just don't receive it well, right? The way to do that is to go back into your state and federal constitution and look up the sections titled the right to contract. Okay. Because just about everything we do in society, no matter what country you're in, you're contracting on a daily basis. You're contracting and you're doing transactions, right? Well, women in westernized countries, especially this, annoying US, they understand the concept of contracts and they understand when it comes to certain things as far as relationships, marriage, child custody, child support. They understand the leverage that they have with the local, state, and federal laws concerning those subjects. Men don't, on a mass scale, the majority of us don't. The majority of us don't never try to educate and learn about it. That's on top of guys just don't know how to speak up, stand up for themselves in court, or when they have hearings um, related to some issue about a female when they go into these state institutions, let alone courtrooms. And it's becoming ridiculous. Like I said, man, you're not getting any real answers from these famous, high profile, self proclaimed content creators. Your main guys in YouTube. You're not getting the right answers. See, over here, you're going to get the right answers. I'm going to be unapologetic about it. You have the right to contract. Again, check your state and federal constitution with the sections right to contract. That is number one. Now, we know about common law marriages. We know about common law in general. So you need to kind of brush up on common law issues. A good volume of books that will kind of guide you in constitutional affairs and bridge common law is American Jurisprudence. Very good volume of books that really give you proper teachings and make you adept in having a general understanding of law, especially in what pertains to you or what you're interested in. I read a case in American Jurisprudence where it talked about being denied sexual rights in a marriage. So they have some real extensive stuff regarding marriage and divorce in American jurisprudence. So I had to share these things with y'all. All right. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. Don't claim to be. But the information that I am telling you is documented. So based on the documentation itself, you can accredit it to when you go and read those things by the publishers and the copywriters of those things. Okay. Now, basically, Nick Cannon, man, is becoming the GOAT. People talk about how corny he was and how he didn't have this persona of some type of thug or tough guy, street guy. I get it. You know, for a long time, we wondered if he would ever have some kind of edge about himself. Well, it's starting to materialize now. He's just doing it in a different way. He's not doing it in an aggressive way. He's doing it fair and square, contractual, and he's maximizing it or combining it with his hard work and return on the fruits of his labor. This man's getting money. He's working day and night, but he getting money. And you could say as much as he works, as much as he got going on, he is finding time to outdo Hugh Hefner. And he is the prime example of what men of power should be doing in regards to women. This man is making private contracts with each individual woman. Now he's offering resources and finances or some type of care to them, but he is contracting with these women. And then these women know about other women. And they just keep coming. Now, I don't recommend him having babies by a lot of women like that. That's his personal thing. But again, his name will live on. I mean, he is spreading his seed and he can afford it. I would have a limitation on that part. I would have a limitation on the women as well. I wouldn't, but the guy's the GOAT right now. And if you really understand patriarchy, if you really understand poly, which the only real poly is polygyny, that's the original dominant poly form. It just has been suppressed and hidden in history. It is the original, it is the majority, and it lasted from the beginning of time for a long time until society started breaking away from natural order, breaking away from the masculinity and patriarchal aspect to a distorted equality, which really is femininity. Right. And I mean, you got to really analyze it and look at it. I mean, we could name NBA player, NFL player, actor, one after another that gave up millions and millions of dollars to one woman and should have never got married in the first place. And then, a lot of these guys got caught cheating. This is another thing too. If you know that you can't handle monogamy, you should have never got married to one woman. Shouldn't get married, period. And you should be upfront, straightforward, and truthful to women about wanting more than one woman, the ability to only be able to at least have some type of agreement with a woman versus saying that it's only her and you're presenting this monogamy aspect. Like I said, man, I told guys a long time ago, stop being scared of women. Stop being scared of women. You're attracted to women, but you're scared of women as far as being able to tell the truth about yourself, about what you're trying to do, how to properly communicate. Um, you can't even put money on the table until you establish that. That's weird too. Guys that leave with their wallet. See, it's just beyond the trick thing, right? It is a mentality of you're buckling, you're intimidated, you already feel of less value in relation to the woman versus you being a man, knowing your value, knowing how strong you are, not scared of her or anything, and establishing yourself and your being first before you even attempt to even offer anything outside of yourself. You know, that's why on the stream the other night, when a female immediately started addressing my mask, my avatar, my brand, my logo, saying it looks this and that, and I should take it off. And it's not even her stream; she's a guest, and she's going at me like that. Man, I went through the gates of hell, man. I called her everything I could think of. It came to mind for disrespecting me like that. And this is supposed to be the most famous female YouTuber, the most richest one. Which ain't got shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no bragging. This ain't no talking shit. This is what it was. Like, this is my motherfucking mask, my motherfucking brand, my motherfucking avatar. I'm a motherfucking guest. It wasn't your stream. Who the fuck you talking to? Didn't say hey or nothing. No goddamn manners. So that's what happened when these motherfuckers think they better than you. But at the end of the day, your boy ain't tripping off that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't nothing but people exposing themselves. No matter how much money they make, no matter how much ground they gain on YouTube, you still see the sucker shit from both genders. You know what I'm saying? No respect, no goddamn manners, uh, nothing. You can't even properly dialogue with these motherfuckers. But that's getting off tangent a little bit, man. Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to the top, man, because this shit's fire, man. Nick Cannon is the motherfucking GOAT. Any men out there in the world right now that's having major success, uh, producing on a high level, on an astronomical level, yielding excess fruits, abundance of fruits of their labor. Y'all need to tap in with Nick Cannon, man, and get some game and get the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say, oh, he leading with his wallet. No, it takes a real bold motherfucker to walk up to a female and let a female know, hey, I want you to be part of my stable. That alone, even to get started in that conversation, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let your nuts hang. Y'all just keep looking at the money aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? But how many of you dudes can walk up to a female and say, I want you to be my other woman? I want you to be part of my stable. You know? How many of y'all can do that? Really? I mean, does it even come to mind? These dudes get on here and start making six figures or get to a millionaire status. Be talking all this dating shit, trying to tell you how to have game, trying to educate you on the modern woman, and trying to come up with new concepts to avoid you being traditional. And these niggas still get married. What is the purpose of all that if you're gonna wind up traditional anyway? Because getting married is traditional based on local, state, federal laws. These dudes are a joke, man. I've been the only one on here for the longest telling y'all about alternative options to avoid the local, state, and federal marriage process, procedures, and laws altogether. Me. I've been telling y'all to contract, drop your own contracts and agreements. And I'm gonna keep telling y'all. Um, and I've been telling y'all that you should practice polygyny. I mean, there's no way around it. It's just not. It's not beneficial or healthy for you to have just one woman. It's really not. Now you need to be in position to be able to do that, but it's really not healthy because women take shit too far. Women take advantage of shit. They take shit too far. They're too emotional. They're too bipolar. I haven't met a female yet that's not bipolar. And I don't care how feminine she is, how nice she is. I have not met one yet that's not bipolar. Their emotions make them bipolar. Now, we don't hate women. We love women. We got to have a woman or two or more. But we just got to move different. The powers that be got shit messed all the way up. You just take too many risks as a man out here. You can lose it all. And I think I did a video where I told y'all about the poly culture that's developing in the US and Western countries. Don't be fooled by this poly culture that's developing here. If it's not patriarchal and polygyny, don't mess with it. The poly in this country is an extension of swingers and orgies. And it is embedded in female empowerment and sexual freedom. And you have an LGBTQ element that also suppresses the patriarchal polygyny aspect. Every time I went into forums, groups, um, whatever, to study, interact, and see what poly opportunities as far as polygyny was present, it was suppressed. It was always polyamory and occasional married couples or lesbian women looking for another woman. It was never women in there, hardly ever, to find a heterosexual union to one man so they could share a man. And then you also had women with 3 and 4 kids that were doing it out of desperation for help. Going back to, taking care of another man's seed. It's very depressing. Every time I had to leave, uh, and they just hated me. Every time I talked about polygyny, it just got shut down. I'm talking about they would gang up and get me out the group. But your boy, he expect that, man. They don't want us to have what we're supposed to have by right, by nature, by divinity, God given. They don't want us to have that. They want us to be ants. They want us to be like some form of soldier insect and everybody working, living, and dying for a queen every day. It's just not gonna happen with me. Just not gonna happen. But Nick Cannon is the GOAT right now, man. Nick Cannon is the example. If you have any kind of finances, resources, and status, I mean, Tristan Thompson, if he got his act together, he would be on that path. This gets into the new video that Drake got. You need to watch that video. I beat Tristan Thompson that video with him. Y'all need to watch that video, man. This is what you need to do. You don't need to get married like Drake is in that video, unless you made all your own private contracts, not no state sanction anything, state, federal government sanction anything. But look at that video. Definitely look at it. That is the go-to video for right now. I mean, that's probably the best video I've seen in a long time. Yeah. So I got another stream coming right on up. I'm gonna cut this a little short just to get ready for that one. But man, like, share, comment, get the numbers up, spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Invite people in, man. Like, share, comment. Get my incels and my brothers that's out there hurting, my mislabeled incels, my outliers, my loners. Get them in here, man. Let's go, man. We about to work, man. All right, on to the next stream, man, with a short break, man. Stay tuned.